Rolling.
Hi. I'm here with Kurt, right?
Yes.
And I don't know your name.
Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
Don't film me.
Anyway, we're over here at 32nd Place. We're just a little bit west of Killingsworth, and no, south of Killingsworth, and a little bit west of 33rd Avenue, to get some bees that are up in this tree at Sean's house. So I'm here to successfully rescue this swarm that actually came out of the house. So I'm going to talk eventually to the folks who own the house about getting the bees completely out of the house. But for today, there's a swarm up there, and we're going to pull that sucker out. And the way it works is I've got this little basket that when I pull on this cord, this whole basket thing is going to close up. So I'm going to trap all the bees in it. So first I set up my little basket, and I run out my line because it's about 20 feet up there. So I'll give myself about 20 feet of line. And then I've got my poles. I'll line up my poles so the threads all work out. There we go. And the swarm is right above me. Where is that little sucker? There it is, right there. So I'm going to come up in this direction. So I'll set up my poles right here, like that. And then I don't think I'm going to need my saw. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the basket up, and then I'm going to drop the bees, because as you can see, and thank you, Kurt, for following all this, this piece of wood down here is the only thing that's really holding this basket up. So in fact, I'm going to throw a third clip in there. And when I release these clips, then the piece of wood will drop out, and this is just a false bottom, so the whole thing will just fall in there. My goal is to not collect any of the maple leaves from this maple tree. My goal is to just get the bees, because most of the bees are just hanging on to other bees. You know, there's just a few bees that are actually hanging onto the maple tree. And what's going on in that swarm right now is the senior worker bees, the old workers that are females. They chose this place to do the swarm. I might need my ladder. I am going to need my ladder. They chose this place to swarm, and 5 days ago, they starved the queen so that her butt would shrink enough so she could fly. So the queen flew to this maple tree as a first stage. And what's happening now is that a bunch of workers, the senior workers, the most experienced of the daughters, are flying around now, like a couple of hundred of them, are flying in all directions to choose the best location. And so they fly back and they do their little waggle dance to say, hey, I found a nice hole in a house, or I found a great hole in a tree, or something like that, or I found an empty hive, you know. And what happens is they will dance that to their sisters, and then there's fact checkers that go to find out if what that bee dance is accurate. And then eventually what happens is there's this debate that forms on the swarm ball itself, and they will choose, they have to choose, otherwise the swarm will die. They choose where they're going to go. And then the senior bees tell the inside bees, hey, we have a quorum, you know, so let's start taking off. And the inside bees will warm up, and when they're warm enough, they'll tell the outside bees that they are warm enough. And then the bees on the outside will, they do what's called a buzz round. They go, like that, and have this fast talk. And they actually fly away from the swarm and ram the swarm to bust it up, and they all take to the sky. And then the senior bees point the way. They go low, just above the swarm, and they point the way, and they go high, they double back, and they point again. And then when they get to their destination, they do a backward circle, as if it would say, whoa, 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 stop. And then they go to the entrance, and they emit a pheromone that says, we're home.